Hello everyone, this is Credit giving you a shoutcast and a game between EG Demuslim and ATN Socke. Yeah, Demuslim has changed his team from, I think it was MTW to Evil Geniuses. We have Demuslim spawning as the light blue or sky blue Terran player at the 3 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have ATN Socke, or I'm just going to call him Socke throughout the rest of the match because that's what his name means in German, Socke. So I'll just do a literal translation as opposed to try saying fruit vendor in Korean as well. So Socke spawning as the purple Protoss. So Protoss versus Terran. I seem to be finding a lot of these matchups. I am looking for more Zerg versus Protoss, Zerg versus Terrans, and we'll just matches that don't involve Terran as well. So we'll see how this goes. I am also still waiting for the matches from the Machinima Realm Invitational for the finals. There's been some scheduling issues with the finals, and I'm hoping that everything can get cleared up because my tournament license is about to expire for the Machinima Realm Invitational, and those games need to get played. Anyways, back to this game at hand. Socke pretty much opening up with the standard 13 gateway out of prediction. There's that gateway, there we go. And now that probe will be on its way trying to do some scouting. Meanwhile, Demuslim on now setting up, I believe, a 12 racks. Is he going to get a refinery is going to be the key question, or is he going to try to expand? No, he will be setting up that refinery now. So it will be a standard 13 refinery with a 12 racks. And it should open up for a very, very strong economic build and also a very strong tech build. Just a middle straight of the road, nothing out of the ordinary. Same thing coming in from Socke as well. Socke should be getting a Cybernetics core or a pylon. There's that pylon there. Not 100% sure why he did such a strange route with that one probe, and the Cybernetics core should be coming online in just a second. Now, when this scouting SCV moves out, the scouting SCV needs to be careful and needs to make sure that there are no proxy pylons set up anywhere strange across the map. That's one of the things that a lot of Terran players have to, or a lot of Terran and Zerg players in general have to be on the lookout for. You can see where these pylons are placed, and if you notice that your opponent has a decent amount of food but you don't know where one of those pylons are, and really scour his base to make sure that the pylon is in his base. Otherwise there may be a proxy pylon set up somewhere. One Marine was able to shoo away this probe. The probe was down to, I believe, about 4 hit points, yeah, before it was able to pull back and escape. And it does have 20 shields though, so it will be able to take 4 rounds of attack from that Marine before the Marine is able to take it down. This SCV will be coming up the ramp in just a second. There is already a Stalker being chrono boosted, so that very, very early Stalker now being chrono boosted should be able to shoo away this one particular SCV. The SCV needs to get the heck out of there. The energy on I believe the gateway warp gate, the chrono boost will overlap onto nothing for just a short amount of time before that Stalker now finally makes its way out. 2 Marines and a Marauder quickly taking down that one Marine and a Marauder quickly taking down that one probe there, and now we see a Marauder and a Marine already on the move. Very, very early aggressive play as a Zealot now being trained. We also see a Stargate being built. In curious position on the Stargate. It isn't quite on the edge like I would expect it to be. If it was trying to be a hidden play, it's kind of close to the Nexus, and that's where a lot of scanner sweeps normally come in from Terran players. So Socke is not really trying to hide his Stargate, so that makes me believe that he's going to be trying to go for Phoenixes as opposed to Void Rays. We'll see how those Phoenixes work out. 1 SCV, 1 Marauder, and a Marine with a second Marauder. Now I'm bringing up the rear already. 1 probe also wandering around the map. What will this SCV try to do? That is going to be the critical question there, as we now see 2 Marauders and a Marine. We do have that 1 Void Ray now coming online, so it is going to be a Void Rays, not Phoenixes. And now that SCV going to take some damage there, and able to shoot up onto that high ground, able to cause, there's that force field, nicely done. The SCV is on that high ground though, so it should be able to give sight. However, those Marauders and Marines were not fighting, and there's a probe, trading a probe for an SCV, nicely done. And now those units are going to try to walk up that ramp, but the Void Ray should be online and operational, and that is going to be a problem. As soon as that Void Ray comes out, those Marauders are going to have a very, very difficult time. Marauders trying to deal some damage, trying to get some kills there. Not quite sure why the Void Ray pulled off for just a second, but it was able to finish off the rest of that attack. So Socke in a very, very strong, dominant position now. Didn't lose that many probes. Taking a look at the Harvester count, 25 to 25, and that is with the Muslim currently with mules. He is not harvesting that much gas, only one harvester on gas. So this is a very, very light gas build, as he is now going into a mass barrack strategy. So this seems to be the way a lot of Terran players are playing now, mass barracks as opposed to trying to go for anything else. Those mass barracks does help out, or infantry units are very, very strong. In comes a Void Ray. The Void Ray now trying to deal some damage. Marines not even turning around to fire, must not realize that that prismatic beam is just ripping in through that armor there. Marines now trying to come back once again. One Void Ray very, very low on hit points, and now able to move around. Void Ray now going after the Mule. The Mule is taking some damage. Marines now coming over, gonna get some damage onto that one Void Ray. The Void Ray is taking some damage over there. Marines are able to catch up to it just a little bit. No stim pack though, and now because without that stim pack, unable to catch up to that Void Ray and shoot it down. A second Void Ray now coming in from Socke over here. So Socke now getting a second Void Ray will be able to split up his Void Ray control and perhaps get a lot of harassment. Down over here we do see one bunker, 2 bunkers in play, and I do not believe the Void Ray will get within range as long as it hugs along this edge over here, perhaps getting some damage onto some of those SCVs. Now Void Ray now trying to test the waters once again, may get shot down to 39 hit points, and able to pull back once again. But now in comes a new Void Ray, a fully healed Void Ray, a fresh Void Ray now trying to come in, trying to get some damage. Marines now coming into the low ground as well, and now going after those mules. That mule is taking a fair amount of damage, and that mule may get shot down. No, doesn't get shot down. So that mule down to about 5 hit points, but now going to come over here. There is going to be a group of Marines ready to receive it. But the problem with this particular build coming in from Demuslim is he doesn't have a factory, and without a factory, it is very, very hard to clear out any air units unless you have very superb micro. Those Marines were able to get just within range to shoot down that Void Ray here. One Void Ray now returning all the way home, realizing that it's not able to put in any additional pressure, and now Socke needs to get a stronger economy going. We see the tech advantage of Socke though, so Socke now getting Zealot charge as well, so those Zealots are going to be able to deal a lot of damage towards those Marines. Marines do have stim pack though, so they will be able to stim, perhaps try to kite some of those Zealots as well. Sentries now need to pull back as well. There's only 2 sentries here, and taking a look at the army sizes of Socke is very, very weak, and this is going to be a problem. More units now being warped in as well. Marines now going to try to come in, and now trying to push in, trying to get some damage. Are we going to get some force fields? In comes that Guardian Shield. There's those force fields. Very nice, trapping many of those Marines. However, the Guardian Shield not protecting many of those Zealots. So those Zealots are now taking some damage, and now those Zealots trying to chase after and trying to charge into those Marines. Marines did take some fair amount of damage from that stim pack, and now trying to pull back. Zealots once again re-engaging. One force field, not enough for a second, and now in comes some Dark Templar. So Dark Templar now giving chase, and now will those Dark Templars have been able to finish off many of those units there, and now the Muslim not even realizing that there are Dark Templar there is in trouble. And we now see the engineering bay, double engineering bay now being constructed, making sure that absolutely no Dark Templar are able to walk up that ramp, but he is trapping these Marines and those Marauders on that high ground. That is going to be a problem for him. Engineering bays cannot be lifted off like they were in vanilla StarCraft and in Brood War. So I'm not really sure if the Muslim realizes that that his units are going to get stuck here. So no, one engineering bay has stopped being built. There is one missile turret here, and does he have 3 engineering bays? Yeah, he has 3 engineering bays. Okay, so he's waiting for that missile turret to complete before he cancels this engineering bay here. And then as soon as that missile turret completes, most likely he will cancel that and get another missile turret here, and now getting sight, really reducing the amount of damage that those Dark Templars are able to do. The Dark Templars did get that level 1 weapons upgrade, so they were able to one-shot and kill some of those SCVs. But we are getting one engineering bay down here. No armor upgrades though. So yeah, with no armor upgrades, those Marines will be taking full damage. Marauders also only able to reduce the damage by 1. Socke was able to really pull off an amazing tech play that doesn't really come in very often. Engineering bay, the Forge now upgrading the level 1 ground armor as well, and we are also getting high Templar. So Socke going to be able to deal with this bio army very, very easily, unless the Muslim gets some ghost. He needs ghost for that EMP shockwave. EMP shockwave reduces the amount of shields by 100 across all the units, and also reveals Dark Templars as well. So it is good against Dark Templars, High Templars, and just a lot of gateway units. In come that Psystorm, though. Psystorm just sitting on top of so many of those units there. The Marauders and Marines now trying to circumnavigate around that Psystorm. In comes a Guardian Shield, and nicely done. High Templars should perhaps just try to merge into an Archon, at least get some hit points there. And now in come another High Templar. High Templar very, very low on hit points. And now one Marine getting a lot of kills there. And multiple Marines and Marauders at high mobility, just dealing so much damage as that amulet research is now coming online. So as soon as that amulet research completes, that Psystorm will become even more deadly. We now currently see one High Templar is very, very low on energy, not going to be able to get a Psystorm off there, as those Marines were pretty much able to clean that up. More Zealots currently warping in as well, and now down goes this one Nexus. The Nexus now taken down. So Demuslim is currently ahead in terms of this economic aim. Socke behind. We now see that there are a couple Marines over here. Dark Templar able to slice through. Doesn't realize that there's one more Marine. That Marine, however, doesn't see his death coming, and down it goes. A fresh group of Marauders and Marines now with a Raven in the air will be able to reveal these Dark Templars. Is the Dark Templar? Yes, the Dark Templar is currently revealed, getting slowed by those concussive shells. Down it goes. Didn't even stand a chance there. We now see one Dark Templar here, and things are not looking good for Socke at all. Socke perhaps needs to get a Void Ray in order to counter that Raven and allow more mileage out of his Dark Templar. Auto turrets now coming into play as well. Auto turrets have a lot of hit points and attack fairly quickly. Also have decent range, but in comes one Psystorm, so nicely done. And now Dark Templars coming in as well. Zealots trying to charge in. Zealots now finishing off the rest of those auto turrets here. And now Demuslim forcing Socke into one base play as another Nexus currently tries to warp in here. A lot of Marauders and Marine going to simply clean up the pylons, assimilators that are left, and perhaps regroup. We now see Demuslim setting up an expansion here, and this is going to be a little bit of an issue. This one missile turret needs to get taken down, and in a hurry, but it looks like it will get taken down with relative ease, as the Dark Templar are able to get off a lot of damage, and now apparently trying to take down this command center. The orbital command currently upgrading to a planetary fortress. Dark Templar getting even more kills, are currently sitting on 7-8 kills. Will it be able to get more kills? Once again, the planetary fortress will come online in just a second. In comes that scanner sweep, and now in comes a drop. So Demuslim now countering with a very, very strong drop. We do see some Zealots now coming in already. Marauders and Marines dropping out of the sky. Those slow concussive shells. Void Ray now coming in. Void Ray is going to make that retreat next to impossible for those Metavacs. Metavacs not going to be able to pick up any of those units. High Templar now trying to come in. No Psystorm. What are these High Templars doing? Revealing themselves, and now in comes a feedback there. That Void Ray should at least try to take down that Metavac. And it looks like, though, that Void Ray doesn't really want to do any serious fighting at all. One Dark Templar able to come in, slice, get some more damage in. That Void Ray getting some damage onto that one Metavac, down to 7 hit points, and down it goes. An auto turret was dropped in order to try to destroy even more probes. 3 kills by that one. I actually clicked on the, 1 kill by that Raven so far, as another fresh drop coming into play. So Demuslim just doing a lot of drop plays so far and getting a lot of kills. Marauders and Marines just getting as much kill as possible. In comes another Psystorm, though, so Marauders and Marines, nice feedback, hitting on both of those Metavacs. And wow, those feedbacks are really dealing a lot of damage. Stalkers, and in comes another Psystorm. Units trying to walk through it. Marauders still chase. Marauders still doing a good job. Concussive cells slowing down the rest of those units. But now this Void Ray once again going to get another kill. Yeah, that Void Ray down to 1 hit points, and down it goes again. Very, very well played by both players so far. Both players dealing damage, but Demuslim has dealt the most recent damage, and it looks like he should be able to carry this into the mid and late game. He has a planetary fortress here. He is only running off of 2 gas right now, or is he running off of more gas now? He's running off of 4 gas right now, and 1 set of gold mineral patches, and that's really allowing him to just crank out and pump out a lot of units off of these barracks. Running off of 7 barracks, 2 of them with reactors, 2 of them with tech labs, and now in comes another drop. Once again, the high mobility of Terran with those Metavacs really starting to show itself. We are going to get probably a Psystorm. In comes an Archon. The Archon is not a massive unit, though, so it is going to take not get slowed down by those Marauders. Marauders now trying to turn around, trying to run away. Zealots are very, very fast with that Zealot charge, but are not fast enough to catch up. And now in come a group of High Templars. High Templars getting some Psystorm in there, and now no more energy on those Metavacs. Those 2 Metavacs are very, very low on hit points as well. The Archon now should just be able to come in, as we are not going to be able to get that many more stim packs in at all. But then in comes another group of Marines and Marauders, And here, now those High Templar doesn't have enough energy for any more Side Storms, merging into an Archon at the last second. Zealots now once again trying to give chase. Marauders finally turning around, and in comes some more Zealots. So Zealots continuing to give chase. The Muslim not relenting in any of his pressure at this stage in the game. One Archon able to finish off those medevacs, and perhaps that last medevac in the air will get shot down again. Taking a look at the losses are fairly even. Socke losing about 1,000 minerals or 1,000 resources more total. But now we do have one Void Ray in the air, and that Void Ray perhaps going to go after, yes, going after some of those SCVs now. It is going to get fully charged, attacking SCVs as long as it holds position outside of the range of that missile turret. So this one Void Ray is just going to simply deplete the energy off of this one unit here, and now in comes that Void Ray. Void Ray, will it be able to finish off that Marine in time? No, the medevac was healing it. Back over here, another drop underway. Marauders and Marines, 3 medevac drop. A lot of High Templars coming in once again. One High Templar getting a Side Storm off, getting some damage before he gets shot down. Marauders and Marines just trying to constantly kite. Another medevac feedback shot down out of the sky. Marauders now coming in. High Templar in the back, unable to feedback, unable to do anything at all. Perhaps it will be able to feedback onto that medevac in just a second. There it goes. And now no more healing. In comes that Side Storm, and down goes the rest of that drop. So a lot of drop play coming in, and no cannons at all. So one very, very low hit point medevac down to 10 hit points, sitting on 11 energy. Zealots able to quickly take down that one Marine there. 1-1 upgrades for the Zealots. I believe the Marines and the Marauders have 2-2 upgrades. And yeah, mass infantry play, not relenting, and now going into level 3 weapons upgrade, and also getting the Mobius reactor for plus 25 energy on those starting Ghosts. Ghosts will be making their way in. The Muslim just taking this time to slowly expand, and just really, really brilliant medevac play. Side Storm now coming in once again. A lot of Side Storm being dealt, a lot of damage being dealt across multiple units, but the Muslim able to survive, and now able to just continually to kite these units. Socke sitting on 2 bases, or now essentially only 1 base of minerals, and he is not going to be able to stay in this game for very much longer, just because of the sheer amount of macro that the Muslim was able to gather. So the Muslim very, very strong in this matchup. If you take a look at his resources, yeah, mining at about 2,200 minerals a minute, and constantly denying expansions. You can take a look at the losses. The losses were also higher for Socke. So Socke was running off of less bases, also had much higher losses. And those High Templars were dealing a lot of damage, but unable to just keep up with the mass production that we saw from these 7 barracks, or is it even more? How many barracks did he really have? He had 11 Raxes, so 11 barracks, 3 barracks down over here, more tech labs down. He could have gotten reactors down in these locations if he wanted to. He never really bothered. Got the armory just for the level, just to be able to get the level 2 and level 3 infantry upgrades, and that really, really helped him out in the end. So Marauders and Marines with medevac support, just a mass bio army working out very well against the Protoss. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between the Muslim and Socke here on Metalopolis.